Imagine this. You're driving on the road and someone is tailgating you close behind. Then the second they have the opportunity, they change lanes just to get in front of you before they slam on the brakes out of aggression before speeding away. Now, since that person doesn't know you and you don't know them, no harm, no foul. They didn't break any laws, they just displayed their anger towards you for not driving faster and then carried on with their day. On the road, moral myopia happens everywhere. Even if laws are technically not being broken, people act in a way that is somewhat unethical and easy to do because nobody knows who anyone else is, and we can all hide in our vehicle rather than saying something to someone else's face. While moral myopia happens on the organizational and social level frequently, this happens on the individual level, and it happens very often, almost daily. The two rationalizations are this: it's not technically illegal, so it's fine. As long as no red lights are run and the speed limit isn't totally being disregarded, it can't be immoral, right? The other rationalization is that everyone is doing it, so again, it's fine. This idea actually came to me when I was at a red light at a small intersection. There were no cars coming, so the first person ran it. Then after a little hesitation, the second car ran it. Then the third car ran it. This is illegal, but since one person did it, it seemed okay. Then after two cars did it, it definitely seemed okay. While moral myopia comes into play with even illegal things, it happens more frequently when the things aren't illegal and it's just passive aggressiveness. There's a feeling of superiority above others on the road, and since it's not technically illegal, it's not unethical. I'm in a rush and that person needs to get out of my way, or the person ahead of me didn't let that other car merge, so why should I let them in before me? Since all other cars are speeding, it's not unethical if I speed as well. The thought pattern here is we can't all be unethical, so it must be fine. But I think the underlying factor to this type of moral myopia is that the aggression is not being displayed personally. When someone gives the middle finger on the road, it doesn't seem as immoral as if doing it to someone's face, because they were just walking slowly. This superiority above others that is displayed on the road is done by many people, and this is where that moral myopia comes into play. A lot of driving aggression comes from stress and rushing, feeling of being late or just on edge, and the place where it can be let loose is easily on the road, again, where nobody can blame you for it because they don't know you. The philosopher with the ethical theory that I think can best be applied to this type of moral myopia is Aristotle, specifically that of achieving good things and living through virtue lives to eudaimonia. However, one of his requirements for living a virtuous life is that one must live virtuously for the sake of being a good person, not for the sake of getting recognition or being seen by others as a good person. When driving, nobody sees who you are, so if one acts through virtue, that truly determines character. One cannot be considered virtuous if they only drive nicely when they have other people in the car, or if, say, they're on a road that has a lot of familiar acquaintances. Imagine how differently people would drive if your name and picture was displayed on every side of your car. With this in mind, one can remember that in order to live virtuously and have good morals, they must be doing it for the sake of doing it and being of that character. That means doing moral things even when no one knows it's you, just like when you're in a car, no one knows it's you. This simple way of living through virtue is how we can all achieve a higher state of happiness. Every action that we take and everything that we do is with the idea in mind that we want to do it in order to achieve happiness, whether that be going to work, getting money, to live a comfortable life, whatever it might be, but we might take steps, such as being aggressive drivers, in order to think that that's what's going to help us attain this happiness, which is not the case. The universal good of happiness can be attained by living a virtuous life, and that's not determined through actions, but through character. So again, if you drive kindly, you're showing your character, and that is how you can reach eudaimonia.